So today we're going to be reviewing a wig from a brand called MyFirstWigs. Pretty sure you've heard of this company. They send you a ton of goodies with your wig. They send you this gorgeous wig stand, this wig tamer. They send you an item list of basically what you have and exactly how it goes. The one I have is ARIES. They also give you a pouch, really cute. You can use it as a cosmetic bag. You can use it for your kids. You can use it for all different purposes. Inside of that, you have your instructions that let you know exactly how to use it. Elastic. You have your clips, and guess what? It says MyFirstWigs. This company is so lit. So lit because everything is personalized. They also have the rat tail combs. You guys know that these are things that are already essential in my slang of my wigs. Bobby pins, you can clip your hair up and down in different kind of ways. Yeah, you get pretty much everything. You get a wig stand, you get your cap, and this is what the wig looks like. Even better, you actually get a home for your wig. The one I got is a bob. Super gorgeous. It's 10 inches, super silky, soft, beautiful. Not too silky though. Let me get that out the way. The cap is a medium brown. The wig is pre-parted, and I'm kind of showing you that right there. As you can see, in the center you get tons of parting space. You get a comb and adjustable straps in the back, two combs in the front. And then if you look at the parting space, this has to be more than 6 inches. Like, this is at least 6 inches. I think it's more actually. And this is what it looks like when you put the wig on. I love how the lace and the cap blend with my skin. Don't really love the way I look off the bat, but of course we're going to slay this bad buddy for life. I'm not that much of a bob girl when it comes to 10-inch bobs, just because I feel like when I don't have on makeup, it doesn't look that amazing. But we're going to slay. So off camera, I went ahead and added the adjustable strap. I opted for my own. It came with a 1.5 inch adjustable strap, and it was more than enough. This is the one it came with. It's a 1.5 inch. They give you more than enough to use. I opted for my 2 inch. I do have a recent tutorial on how I do the elastic band method. And I'll show you how to use the 1.5 inch. And I also told you that I prefer the 2 inch just because it's a little bit thicker. It works the same all together. So I'm going to use that comb, that rat tail comb that they gave me. You guys know these are my favorite because I like using that silver part for parting. And then I love, of course, the comb with the comb side. So I pulled the hair back with the clips they provided, and I'm going to go ahead and go around and cut off the excess lace. Now this part, when you get to the ears, sometimes is tricky because you don't know how much you really want. Sometimes you want to leave like all of it, and then you have like ear tabs, which works out amazing. But if you're not going to be gelling them down, you know, they kind of just in the way they flip up. One thing that's great about this wig is that the way the hair in the lace closure lays, if you don't want to glue those ear tabs down, they still lay pretty good. So they're not like flipped up and just hanging out, if that makes any sense. A question I get often is, do you leave excess lace or do you take it all off? I personally take it all off majority of the time because even when the lace is like perfect for my skin, I feel like you can see it. Literally, it's just personal preference, but typically I don't leave any excess lace. I just kind of tweeze out the hairline more so that where it starts is much thinner, and you guys will see that in just a moment. So now that we have our elastic band and we've cut off the excess lace, we're ready to slay. So I want to go ahead and lay the top or the crown of the wig down first. So I'm going to try and make the parting as perfect as possible. I'm also using the edge tamer that they provided. These are basically wax sticks that help you to lay down hair. It helps to lay down flyaways, but you definitely have to be careful. If you use too much, it may make the wig a little bit stringy. So I did get a little bit carried away with mine, just because you guys know, if you already watch my videos, that I love to put product at the top. This is the edge tamer right here, and you can see how it adds shine and it lays the hair down even without heat. But the best way to use it is to go ahead and add a little bit of heat, and it kind of helps to like press the hair out, if that makes any sense. It makes it look very salon quality styled, if that makes any sense. An alternative to this, you guys know I love the foam lotion. I feel like with that you can never use too much. With this one, use discretion and don't use too much, or again the wig will be a little bit more on the stringy side, like not greasy but kind of greasy, I guess you can say. But if you use the foam lotion and use it the exact same way, where you apply it around the base or the crown of the head and then you go ahead and seal it in with a little bit of heat, you really can't use too much in my opinion. So I got a little piece there that just won't lay down. So I pulled out my handy dandy hot comb. This one is electric. Electric is a much more safe alternative to the stove one. If I had one that was on the stove, actually I do have one, but if I used the one that was on the stove, it literally would have flattened that area out in one heat pass. I find that this one that I received or I purchased from Amazon, you gotta kind of keep going over, which is a good thing in the sense that you don't want it too hot where you're gonna like burn your lace or burn the hair out or burn your skin. But yeah, just keep going over it, and I kind of wanted to press out the remainder of the hair. I do find that it does make a difference when I press out the lace area, actually all the hair for that matter, before flat ironing it. It just gives it more of a sleek finish, and then I like go around after the fact and kind of bump it to finish it off. Definitely a great step if you're using your natural hair to style. I think it's great to press out the hair with the hot comb first and then like kind of flat iron it, and you can use a flat iron also to bump it. Also, if you really want your lace to look fire in the front, use a hot comb. Use a hot comb to make sure that that sucker is snatched in the front. Now you see this is what the lace looks like in the front without even touching it. It already looks amazing, so if you don't want to pluck or tweeze, you can work with this and it definitely will still look amazing, especially if you add a little bit of powder or bleach the knots. I'm not going to be bleaching the knots because I like the way this lace blends in with my skin, but I will eventually add a little bit of powder. So I did opt to go ahead and tweeze. Again, if you see close up, you really don't have to tweeze. I guess today I was in an extra mood and just decided to go ahead and do so. Because you guys know normally that's not my MO. I just go ahead and work with what the wigs usually come with. And as you're going to see, it's going to look amazing and super natural. I find that because the bob is sort of out of my element in a way, I had to go ahead and make it look as natural as possible in the front just to make it feel a little bit better. And when I say it's out of my element, you guys know I go for like long wavy hair normally. So a short sleek bob is just not my norm. Plus my face is a little puffy these days, so you know it doesn't look as amazing when your face is round and all that. It's just my personal preference, but I'm going in heavy on this hairline. You kind of wanted to mimic your natural hairline in the sense that it's not too perfect, not too uniform. You kind of just go behind the lace, behind the hairline, behind the baby hair, and tweeze as well, so that it's not just edges and then a thick start to the remainder of the hair. So I kind of just go back and forth. I really didn't want to make this into like a tweezing tutorial, and instead just kind of like a start to finish slay. One area that a lot of us neglect is right above where the sideburns sit. We kind of do the front center like in between our eyebrows up to like the arch of our eyebrows, and then like below that we kind of just neglect. But that's the difference between making the hairline look super natural and kind of natural. So I tried to go ahead and do the sides as well. Now that I've kind of got it where I want it and a little bit more not too thick behind the baby hair, I went ahead and pulled and separated the baby hair out. Now I kind of want to tweeze it out to be super thin so that when it lays it looks natural and you can't really see the lace. Along the hairline where the lace begins, you kind of want to tweeze there a lot too, so that way you don't see those black dots at the very tip of the lace. And then just go ahead and cut it short. Now these days I'm cutting it a little bit shorter than I normally do. I used to cut it, I would guess, maybe about 1/2 inch long. Now I cut the baby hair to be maybe about 1/4 inch. I just find that it looks a little bit more natural that way. And again, if you're a professional, you can just do each side or all the way around at once. I go from side to side. I kind of find that that just helps me to not lose track and not overpluck or cut the hair too short. And I just take my time and just work from side to side. So I'm doing this side above the baby hair, above the sideburn as well, because again, this is what's going to help it to look even more natural. I find that subtle baby hair is becoming a little bit more trendy than the full thick baby hair, or maybe I'm just late to the bandwagon, but it definitely does take patience to get yourself there. I would say maybe it took me about half an hour to tweeze side to side. You're just seeing a sped up version, and as you can see, it looks really good. So now I'm going to just go ahead and try out the edge tamer that came with the wig. I really wanted to just see how it worked on the baby hair. Typically, I don't go for an edge tamer like this because it doesn't have a hold. It will lay it down amazing, but it doesn't have a hold that will keep it there, if that makes any sense. So if you want the natural baby hair that kind of lays and is not like flyaways, this is amazing for that. But if you want it to stay in a specific shape all day, it's definitely gonna move. Once the baby hair is trained, like after a couple days, this will look amazing. But on that first day, I kind of like to use that Got to Be Glue to kind of train the baby hair to go in the way that I want. That way, once it loosens up and I just use something like this, it just looks very pretty and natural and, you know, flows in the way that I would want it to. Again, with those sideburns, I did not want to gel them down today. So I kind of just went ahead and just covered them up at the very end. But I know you guys can see them there. I didn't want to necessarily cut it all off because I am going to use that later. But for today, I didn't think it was necessary. So now that the baby hair is exactly how I want it, it's not perfect, but it's exactly how I prefer it. I'm going to go ahead and add some powder so that it blends perfectly with my skin, especially because I did not bleach the knots. And the powder is not perfect, but of course you go ahead and blend it out with your fingers after you've applied it. A lot of times I like to apply a lot. I didn't apply a lot here, but usually I kind of like pack it on to make sure that it is super thick, and then I blend it out, put the scarf on, and by the time I'm ready to go, it's kind of blended out and it's perfect. But you guys can see with this edge tamer, the hair moves when you touch it. If you use a product like Got to Be Glued, when you try to move it out of the way, it's stuck. So I do love that quality about it. As far as the bob itself, it's perfect. I mean, if you want a 10-inch bob, you couldn't get better than this because the hairline is super deep. You guys can see how far back that parting goes. The hair itself, again, is nice and full. It's the perfect length, perfect density. It's the perfect everything. I really couldn't complain. I did a bob similar to this a couple of weeks ago, and the only thing I didn't like about that one is that in the front I felt like it was a little bit sparse. This one is even in the front, so you don't feel like it's shorter or thinner, you know, too sparse in the front. It's full and evenly yoked, if that makes any sense. For me, I am about 5'2.5". I'll just say I'm 5'3", and this one sits pretty much right at my shoulders, like right at my shoulders. When it's bumped, it's right above, but when it's straight, it's like literally at my shoulders for reference. And I think it's perfect. If you want an 8-inch bob, that's like ear length. I think I'm going to try that one too and see how I can pull it off. With this one, I definitely preferred it bumped and behind my ears, opposed to front. I think this one will look amazing, like swoops to the side as well, like a side part with a deep bang. And this is what the back looks like. I think it looks amazing in the back. It has so much body to it. Even with adding that edge tamer to it that they provided, it still has so much body and amazingness to it. Now I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of shine spray just to finish it off a little bit. And again, I'm showing you here, I did not glue down those ear tabs by choice, but that is definitely a step that you would do, you know, before you're done. So now we're all done, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap the edges up. When I just showed you the back, it did need to be brushed out because I did put that silken sheen on it. It needed me to kind of like brush it in the back to make it even. But off camera, I'm going to go ahead and put on some makeup so I can slay for you guys. So first of all, I'm not going to say I'm in love with this one just because I am a little bit self-conscious about the way that I look with short bob. You guys see with no makeup, I kind of look like a little boy. Like everybody got a look, and this one is not. I wouldn't say that this is, you know how you look at somebody, be like, that's your look. Like that is your look. I think you guys would agree in saying this is not my look. Like there's just some women out there who have the face and the look to kill a bob on any given day. And maybe it just has to grow on me, but I think you guys would agree, like curly, long, big hair is my look. The short, sleek bob definitely isn't. So I might think it would even be better to go in and do some cute little curls all over and let it just be like really like a really big mini curly afro, almost like with tight curls. Let them loose, loosen them up and turn it into like a little bit longer than a pixie cut. Don't even know if that makes any sense, but the wig itself is bomb. I kind of like it behind the ears like this, so I kind of wish I would not have bumped it, because behind the ears like this, like bone straight, would have been really cute, but with it bumped, it is a little funny. So before I forget, this is ARIES 003. The texture is silky, 10-inch. Obviously it's the natural hair color. See, I like this at this angle. I think I like it behind my ears, really cute. I got a cap size 1, so it fits 21.5 to 22 inches, and it actually does fit pretty snug. And it is a lace front wig with a medium brown cap. So I really like that they give you the info card with all information on everything that you use. Yeah. Also included was this really nice wig stand. Ironically, I've done like probably almost 100 hair reviews, and I've never ever received one of these, so this is really nice because I always see these like on Amazon and AliExpress and stuff, and I've never thought to actually buy one. But this one is cute because I can keep this upstairs so that when I take my wigs off at night, I can have a place to stand her and let her like air out and hold her shape and all that great stuff when I'm asleep, and just throw my bonnet on. So thank you for that. So yeah, the more I talk and I like check out my angles, the more I love her. She has a nice bounce to her. Often I order a 12 thinking that'll do this, and it doesn't, so I'm happy I got to experience this one. I definitely think I'll do a look like this again. It just has to grow on me, I suppose, because I'm just not used to it. But I just feel like when it's like this, I feel like a boy. Like I have to put it like half up, half down, and I gotta just, you know, step outside of my element, outside my comfort zone, and try new things. So I'm really happy and pleased with this wig. Hope you guys check her out. This is ARIES from the brand MyFirstWigs. Have her linked down below with all the information for you guys to check out. MyFirstWigs is an awesome company. They have a ton of different types of wigs, amazing quality. So if you don't like this one, of course you can shop and find many others on there, or check them out on their social media accounts as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.